mouse.
There we go. Okay.
Got it. All right, so a little bit of kid tunes this morning. Hi!
Welcome back to Beyond the Signs.
Good morning. Yeah.
It's steamy. The windows are
It's
steamed up.
Well, the rain came in from the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, now we have,
We don't have our chairs, as you can see. And I'm probably going to be looking into the camera more than anything because she's right here.
Too close to each other.
We have boundary issues, so.
Yeah, we just do just put this is the wall. There we go.
This is just my boundary. Don't cross my boundaries. So a lot's gone on for both of us, but
It's been crazy.
Many different ways.
Yeah.
So let's start with yours, I guess. Where have you been the last couple weeks?
Been in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and I still worked while I was there. Actually, I got I was working most of the time I was there. So, when you go on vacation, you get busy.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you still worked because we had this conversation not too long ago of...
When you go on vacation, you get busy?
Well, no, not even that. Just agents that are like, oh, I'll be back Thursday, bother me Thursday. It's like...
Oh, yeah, no.
If your agent's not working while they're on vacation, they're probably not a good agent.
Yeah.
Not that
we were 5 hours behind in this time zone. So if it was 5 o'clock there, it was 12 o'clock in my time. So it made it kind of hard as far as morning work because if something needed to be signed or however, or calls needed to be made. So 10 a.m. time here is 5 a.m. time there. So it was.
And I was messaging her at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so I was getting those at 4
in the morning. Yeah.
But the earliest I got up there to work was 5 a.m. to make calls to where it was 10 a.m. this time. So I didn't sleep much, but it was good. So yeah.
No, it's just not that agents are supposed to work 24/7. They obviously need to set boundaries with people, but there's just a lot of things. We can still make phone calls, send out emails, do signings, things like that. So I don't know, there's some agents I know that are just, oh, I'll be back, next week.
Yeah.
It's
no.
Real estate doesn't stop.
No, real estate doesn't stop. And a deal is a deal. You gotta.
You may not be able to attend a closing. That's one thing, but you can, respond to emails and make calls.
Yeah.
I've had a lot.
You've been busy.
You don't even know the half of it because I haven't seen her since we filmed last, which would have been I guess, right?
Yeah.
It was probably 2 weeks ago, and we haven't really talked much.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
You've been trying to get out of here, just skip town.
Yeah.
And now she's glad she's home.
I am.
Would you recommend Hawaii to people?
Oh, okay. So
obviously,
one of my
yes,
daughters absolutely loved it, but it's not my cup of tea.
There's lots of photo ops.
I am a girl of the South.
There's lots of photo ops there, but
yes,
maybe
and
not.
we got some incredible memories. But I am a girl of the South, and I like flavor and spice, and it was just not it wasn't my cup of tea.
It's been so long since I have been there, so I really couldn't tell you I can't remember how the food was.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more too of let's hop in the car and drive across the country type of girl.
Yeah.
And see things as we go, or stop at this place for 2 days and then go over here and stop at this place for 2 days and see multiple things in one vacation, which we did get to do that around the island, but being stuck on an island kind of was, but it was, we got to swim with sharks cage free.
That's one thing a lot of people don't realize. So I had a brother that was stationed there for the military, and we all thought oh, you're so lucky you get to just be in that beautiful place 24/7. He goes, well, for one, everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
And he goes, you can't really you just get bored of it because you just have to go in circles. It's just there's multiple islands, but it's not like you just can jump to one.
Yeah.
Well,
and they don't have ferries that take you from one island to. They used to a long time ago had one that would take you from Oahu to Maui, but they shut that down. I think it was too dangerous for the currents, but and the waves and all that. But yeah, you literally have to fly, and
so he's just you just kind of you see it and then you just get used to it, and it's not really special. You just
that wow factor kind of goes away after a little bit. Yeah,
which is I know several people that are oh, if we could just move to Hawaii, all our problems would be solved. I'm you just have Hawaii problems.
You have Hawaii problems.
That you're gonna have problems wherever you go. So
yeah.
No, for me though, had several closings in the past couple weeks.
I saw that.
But there was a lot of learning experiences from one in particular. I probably had the most.
Is it closed?
Yes,
Okay.
Everything's closed. But still probably not going to talk about it in depth for a while just because.
Yeah. We'll have to talk privately on that
Yeah.
one.
It's just, it taught me a lot about like red flags to catch in the beginning before going under contract of, just certain things you need to really verify.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it goes with the more difficult deals. Those are the ones you learn the most from. I mean, the easy deals also have their moments, but
yeah,
it's the difficult ones that really mold a person, I would say, or mold an agent.
I think, no transaction is the same, right? And like, most of the time you're like, oh, this is going to just be smooth, and then it's just not smooth, and it just hits, I don't know. I feel like and I think that's everybody that, goes through is like obstacles to fight, and that's things like, you might fight over blinds, or you might fight over, a certain
or in
thing.
Laney's case,
like,
an ottoman.
An ottoman. Fight over an ottoman.
The deal almost fell apart because of an ottoman.
And so it's just, I think as realtors too, there's things that are out of our control that we just basically have to help balance the emotions that are tied into the transactions of the individuals. Because like when the buyers and sellers, it is emotional for them, right? Like, I mean, they're selling their house, or, and not all the time, but I feel like most of the time it's, they're buying their new house, or, and it's, so there's
emotions on both sides. Because I mean, you have someone who's preparing to pick up and move, and then you have other people that are about to take on, payments that they haven't had before sometimes. There's a lot that goes into that, and mine in particular, I mean, there was emotions from both ends, and I mean, it just kind of exploded all.
Did communication have to do with it, like as far as between lenders and title company and all that?
No. Didn't have, I mean, I don't have any complaints on the lender with that deal necessarily, and I mean, there's a couple different people I have issues with, but no, I mean, I stayed on top of everything all the way up like you're supposed to as a listing agent, and it was just like the last week that we're about to close, it just was so like I said, not really just trying to get too in depth on that one, but
talk about it later.
Just really
got you.
Yeah. And, I mean, I didn't think it was even going to. We really, I mean, had our broker involved with every party involved in that transaction, having to talk to everybody, and then, I mean, we truly thought it was going to fall through, and it just happened to stay together. We had to light some fires under people, but it.
I had one a couple months ago that we were on a timeline, and it was basically like avoiding where the owner didn't have ownership of it anymore. So like we were on a timeline of like, we have to have this done by this date, and I got it under contract in the nick of time, which is great. But then like we had our closing date scheduled, and then it gets pushed back. And I told them, and the other party knew the situation, right? They knew. There was transparency all the way around, right? And I told them, like, you need to figure this out before this date. Like we closed by like the seat of our pants. And it was just, for like 2 days, I was just sitting here just pulling like hairs out of my head.
And Jacob's over here like, God. Sarah, do you want to do a podcast?
And I'm like,
go to hell. But
I mean, I think that's too, is like what makes you, like you have a good work ethic if you're going to sit there and fight for it and fight for your clients, and it makes you a good agent. It might stress you out and put some gray hairs on your head.
No two deals are the same. No. Well, I haven't been that stressed yet.
Yeah.
I still haven't landed any gray hairs, but no, I mean, every agent I've talked to that's been in the business for like 20 plus years, they've all said the same thing. Like they still learn things to this day, this far in it. I mean, for one, like contracts are always changing.
Rules and laws are always changing, things like that.
People are always changing.
People are always changing.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I've really come a long way in this process, and even like the other day, I kind of had like it's really interesting. It was someone had called the office and wanted to look at a house, And then it kind of turned into an impromptu listing appointment. So we went, they wanted to look at a house in the neighborhood they were already in.
Okay.
We went and looked, and then they were like, yeah, we live in the neighborhood. Do you want to come by and maybe tell us a little bit about like what you think of our house?
So they were scoping that out because they wanted to sell their house.
Yeah.
Like, what's going, well, that's smart though on their
end. And it just so happened to be just like a neighborhood of that I'm really solid on just knowing everything about.
That's awesome.
And so I walked into that, and I mean, their house is updated and fine, and it's not even they live somewhere else. It's just kind of like a getaway home.
Yeah.
And I just told them about it, and I was like, don't really see any work y'all need to put into it.
Yeah. I
said, everything right now just kind of comes down to price and then desirability as far as like improvements, like what people are going to look at. Oh, I'm going to spend this much money to get it fixed up, and things like that. And if you don't have to fix anything up, it's really just going to come down to price. And but I was able to answer every question they had, just hit the nail on the head. And we're not going to do anything right now, but down the road, because I gave them advice, it's probably not the best time for their situation to sell. Which there's a lot of agents that wouldn't do that. I mean, there's a lot of agents that are just like, I want to stick my sign in your yard, let's get on this. But really, like, you want these people to make a profit. You want them to at least break even on whatever they're working on. I mean, some people just moved in.
Well, giving the information and letting them, like, in your professional opinion, and letting them make a decision from there. If they're like, okay, hey, well, we want to list this right now because we're da-da-da.
Exactly.
But okay, you know what? I think we will wait till this time and, or however, and when the market,
and they wanted an honest opinion. And I'm like, I'm going to be straight with you because, I mean, I tell people I've always said, I tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And, so everyone wants to be told, oh, yeah, your house is worth $1 million. Like, let's sell it. You can totally get, like, no, it's worth, like, $650. But anyways, they
I think that's another obstacle. Sorry, go ahead.
Is people like their emotions?
No, finding like the right price. Like you suggest, you're like, hey, like you should list it at this, and they're like, well, I'm listing it at this, and then they're not going to move, they're not going to budge, and they don't listen, And it's just like,
well, I mean, I've talked about that. I'm like, I'll tell you exactly what the data is showing me. And then also just the data from inside our office, because we've sold so much in all the surrounding areas that we can, attest to, hey, things are selling at this. Like, we just sold this house over here for this much. But if I'll tell people, okay, here's our data. This is the plan. We'll do some open houses. If you don't see any results from that point, you need to make some adjustments. And then if they don't like the price, it's like, okay, like I said, I'm just telling you what the data shows. And if you want to get a second opinion, more power to you.
I never say that. I just
I wouldn't say that. Do you want
to hold, or do you want to
you have to understand.
If you want to hold, that's your decision. But this is where we're at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like a doctor. If you get told something crazy, you're probably going to want to go see someone else too. So I mean, but there's a lot of agents that don't care. They just, if someone's like, oh yeah, I want to sell my house for $500, they're just like, okay, sure. But then it sits on the market for 200 days, and then the sellers get mad. Why is it not doing anything? Oh well.
Should be at 410.
So that's really. And so it's like, I go into it just being like, this is the data. And maybe it's not the right time for you to sell. Maybe you need to wait a couple of years. And that's, like I said, I'm not gonna. Well,
I'd say spring. Chicken.
Well,
with this tank pillow.
Well, but it depends on how overinflated they're wanting to list. They're going to have to wait a few years for it to inflate that much. Or appreciate, but. Well,
I don't know. Yeah. I run the comps and stuff, but, and I say, okay, this is what's selling right now at this, this is, how many days on market, this is da-da-da. And I say, well, what are you wanting to get out of your property? And then I also ask them, what does change of ownership mean to you? Because that's, you have to take the emotion, like we're talking about, take the emotion out of it. And what does change of ownership mean to you? Like, what are you willing to do to move this, transaction forward?
Well, and so I used this quote the other day. It's probably not the exact quote, but Bubba, that has the studio that we're in right now.
Thank you, Bubba.
With our office, he recently sold his own house and self-represented. and he had made a post about they listed, and I think they sold it in just under or maybe just over a month. They sold it really quick, but I mean, he's a good agent. He knows what he's doing. He said they listed, hit the market, and it was maybe there for a week or two, week and a half, something like that. And he said, and then we realized we needed to take our emotion out of it, made the proper adjustment, and then boom, it's under contract.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's coming from an agent, you know, and we look at all these houses that we go and see, and these people think they live in a palace, and you're like, guys.
Yeah.
And then the moment we have to sell our own, then you can kind of see like where people are coming from. But also, you know, you just got to understand, like, if you're wanting to move, you can't just, it's not going to sell for whatever you want it to sell for.
Yeah.
You have to go and test the market, not necessarily test the market. I mean, we as agents know the market. You just have to understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
And accept the data. And then if you don't accept the data, you probably don't want to sell yet.
Yeah, that's probably
so. Just saying.
There's been times where it's like, do you really want to sell your house? You know, I don't know. But that's, you know, okay, so I will say though, whenever you get those calls ever, like where it's like, it's like a text message, what would it take for you to sell your, and it's talking about your property. Like they get, you know, they use one of those websites or whatever, they get your name and your phone number and what would it take for you to sell, and it has your address, and I'm like, 800,000. I'll put that in there. They don't ever text back, but I'm like, you know, if they did, I'd be like, all right, yeah, sure, but you know, no.
The only thing though to what I was saying is there is also a story I remember from another agent in our office who she got a listing that the people had previously had been in communication with another brokerage. They never used the other brokerage, but they interviewed with them. And I guess that brokerage said a price, you know, way low. They said, we'll list it. And then they said, there's no way. And they reached out to our office, and then they ended up listing for a higher price and sold it for that price. Yeah. And so I'm always like, you know, there is that chance too. Yeah. But, you know, it's just, I never go in and lowball. Like I will 100% always say what the data shows. I'll never try and be like, oh yeah, let's just make this easy.
Yeah, and if it's they want to list a little bit higher than that or lower than that, you know, but like higher than that, you know, you just say, okay, you know, here's a strategy that we can use. You know, you get to list it as what you want. It's your property. This is, you know, what I'm showing to bring to the table, that this is actual like results that are happening right now. But, you know, and you can tell them like, okay, after, you know, 1 week, 2 weeks, if we don't have any showings, we don't have any traction, okay, we need to drop it by this percent. And then by this time we need to drop it by this percent, and just and then strategically keep going down and say, okay, then by this percent, and then have those numbers like, okay, by the time we drop it to here, this is how much it's going to be dropped to as far as the price would be. Yeah. You know, this is our plan.
Well,
and
it's
having
also,
that plan going in is,
we're good about doing net sheets. So if someone gives us their bottom line, you know, we're able to go in and run all these estimates and do the calculations.
Hey, this is what you're going to walk away with, estimated.
So,
you know,
you can hit it to where, you know, they need to be listed, you know, 10,000 above this number to be able to net their bottom line, you know, and so we're good about doing that in the beginning, just because there's a lot of sellers that they think, oh, we can sell it for $360 and walk away with $360. No, the ask price is $360, but then you've got all the things for title, and if you're going to pay for a survey.
Which, I mean, it depends on if it's sometimes title. It's really not that much from the title, and surveys are what
depends on the title company.
Yeah.
Which, if you use us, we're going to get you a great title company.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well. What else has been going on besides real estate? Everything good? You had a birthday. Happy birthday.
I did have a birthday, but it was just when all of the crap was hitting the fan.
So you haven't celebrated yet?
No, we might go eat tomorrow, but really it was just little celebrations. Nothing big, which, I mean, not that I want like a giant.
You don't want a surprise party?
No. Oh my God, no. I'm kind of glad you were in Hawaii, because there's no way for you to set anything up. I hope. No, I'm not really I don't think I've ever had a surprise party in my life.
Really?
But I don't care to have one. Like, I'm fine with surprises. Like, people surprise me with a gift, but not walking into a room with like 30 plus people.
And you're like,
Except in my case, it probably were like 10 people.
Mine was like 10. Like, it was.
I know way more than 30 people in
Yeah.
life, but it's not necessarily some of them I don't necessarily want at my birthday party, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Huh? Shut. Yeah. Well, I mean, so celebrate this weekend, go out to eat, have fun. Where do you want to eat? I've been craving Cracker Barrel. I want their fried chicken.
Yeah, I'm going to go to
I
Cracker
want their
Barrel for my
Southern fried
birthday.
chicken and peach cobbler.
I think it was about this time last year that the whole Cracker Barrel cancellation was happening.
What? I didn't even hear about that. Is it something
How did you
bleep out?
not-
What? I didn't hear about that.
No, I'm not bleeping it out. How did you not hear about the Cracker Barrel stuff that happened last year? Whenever they removed the grandpa, the founder, from the logo,
Why?
and then it was just yellow, and then the Cracker Barrel.
Why did they remove him?
Because just to renew, I don't know, just the CEO decided it was time and they did that, but it didn't happen. So
Did it have anything to do with race or?
now you're gonna make me believe.
Well, I
No,
wanna
it
know.
didn't. No, it didn't have anything to.
I mean, like, what was it? They took
Oh, God,
off,
you're
and
gonna
her ancestors were pissed. I'm sorry, they were. We're gonna have to bleep all that out. But her ancestors were pissed about that. They're like, this is our heritage. This is her. Don't take
This
her
is
off of
hers.
this. Canceling it that had no business canceling it. Her
We made it so. We were doing so good. We have 10 minutes left, and we're doing so. No, I'm gonna leave it in. Well, not that, but I'm gonna. So, I think I don't really know the reason for the change. I think they just wanted to make a change, and then they were gonna paint all the walls inside like white, and they're just making it
more
modern.
No, leave it the way it is. Leave stuff the way it
which
is.
That's the thing. Cracker Barrel's supposed to be
Yeah,
antique-y
it is.
or whatever, but
Yeah. It's the Cracker
so
Barrel.
they removed the logo or changed the logo, and then I think their stocks plummeted. Like, I don't know if it was $500,000 or maybe it was over $1 billion. I don't remember. It
Really?
plummeted. I mean, everyone took a stance. They were like, "We're not eating there." But I mean, it was like last August. Which we're at the end of July. Oh, that's another thing we're going to get into after that is our uploading has been terrible. But no, they did that. There is a Cracker Barrel. If you're going out towards, I think it's in Little Elm. So if you're on 380 going like towards Denton, and it is, the whole building's white. And I'm like, huh. I said that one got through because that was the thing. They were like going in,
Yeah.
they changed the logo. They were going in and painting everything.
That's
and then
weird.
everyone was so upset. And I mean, it was all over just everywhere for weeks of just people so mad at the CEO. And so then they went back in, they started painting everything back gray, and like they changed the logo back because I remember when it happened, it was on my phone because I have the app and it just.
Do you like Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just remember going on my phone one day and the app had changed its logo. I was like, and then it was like,
Oh, so you had the app. So
then-
yeah, you like Cracker
then
Barrel.
a week later, it was just like,
Changed, yeah.
they lost a ton of money though. But
Dang.
no, so I guess our upload schedule's been amazing lately. So I just got the one uploaded a couple days ago, or no, it was last Friday. I can't remember when I texted you. This week, like I said,
It's just been because it's been crazy and busy and all the things. It'll settle down and
So
fall.
that episode was all 4th of July. We talked about 4th of July and the open house parade and everything, and then it got uploaded 2 weeks after.
That went good. The open house parade went really good.
It did.
It was really fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I am glad we're kind of in a break from event planning aside from
Yeah.
the workshop.
Well, we have Frontier Days.
That's not really my thing though.
Yeah.
I don't plan for that. I mean, I show up and help.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like I
You're
volunteer
on
to
the
help.
committee. You're on the event planning committee. You come to all the meetings.
But we don't set up Frontier Day. I mean, there's
No, we
the
don't.
parade
We set up a
float.
booth.
Yeah, I've never
And then-
planned that. I mean, we set up a
Okay.
tent.
Well, now you're going to, but
Well, but we
yeah.
set up a tent and a desk.
Yeah, it's
and
really
you put
not
stuff
bad.
on the desk. That's a
Yeah.
lot of planning.
Well, okay, so the parade though, we gotta do the float. Yeah, I still have to.
Did you just hear that in my voice?
Okay, you got really excited about the Christmas float last year. Okay.
I didn't say anything about a Frontier Day float though.
I think you did.
No.
I think we
not
both
at
talked about it, and
Christmas.
that's why I
Not
put
at
it on there.
Christmas.
Okay, well, I think it'll be fun. It'll be hot.
It's gonna be
really
hot.
fun. It's in the morning. We'll be fine. Oh man, yeah, we're cracking down. So we're 5 minutes till you can bleep that out till. You're gonna have to bleep. You're gonna have to bleep all that out earlier. You'll be like beep 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 beep. beep,
The
beep,
last
beep.
episode we did, I didn't have to bleep really anything or
Yeah.
cut out anything. This one's controversial. I mean, I'm controversial, but I know how to turn that off for a podcast.
We live in Texas. We're set in our ways.
Controversial.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So
Sarah was 8 hours late this morning.
I was not 8 hours late. I'm still running on, like, the time change got me. And then the flights. And then all the things. And then yesterday I worked all day. And I should have given myself one more day to rest. And it was just, it's exhausting. And then, you know, our animals are acting like psychopaths because we were gone, you know. And so it's just been...
that's another thing we've got doing at our house is remodel.
Oh, yeah. Do the kitchen remodel, right?
Yes. But, I mean, we're getting new floors throughout the entire house, too. So, I mean, everything's got to get picked up and be moved out somewhere else.
We have to talk later on how much that's costing you. So I'm going to redo my floors, but I was going to do it myself. DIY.
We're already over budget, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we're still just charging.
That was me in Hawaii. Swipe.
Yeah.
Swipe.
I just swiped for some new shoes and clothes the other night after my closing. I'm like, finally, I can enjoy my life a little bit. I can actually wear something that's not been worn
for
500 times.
Yeah,
I know. That's something coming on here. I always want something fresh because it's like you don't want to. I've worn there's been like 2 episodes I've worn the same clothes. Yeah. But I don't want it to be like a recurring thing. It's like, oh, every 4th week he's in this shirt. Every 3rd week he's in this one.
I'm a thrifter. I love it. My girls are too. We love thrifting. Oh, we love hunting and finding cool stuff. We went to Plato's Closet is like our favorite. The one in Frisco is like the best for as far as teenage girls and younger like girls for them. That's their favorite store. The one in McKinney's is more like yoga mom type.
There's much options up here. And then there's one I remember we went to for the St. Patrick's Day thing, which feels like we just did. But yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of did. But I don't know. This year's flying by.
Do?
No, so I mean, we started at Goodwill, of course. I'd never been thrifting, so I've only been one time in my life, and didn't buy a thing. Like I thought, oh yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, because we were just thrifting like this random outfit for St. Patrick's Day, and we started there, and then we went to another one that was local. But I mean, they had wigs and bras and underwear, and I'm just
you don't buy that stuff.
And I'm like. Whoa.
You don't buy that stuff. No,
there should be some regulations.
No, okay, so that's like Goodwill, right? Which Goodwill's fine if you gotta.
Goodwill did not have.
I
don't think Goodwill had underwear.
Okay.
Or wigs.
So Plato's Closet is where you sell your clothes to them. And then so they buy them and then they resell them. And so like you're not just donating, which they will, like if you have leftovers that they don't buy from you, they'll pass it to donate it to like the companies that do that, like, and it's the local shelters that take it, which is good. But so it's not just like anything out there. They only buy like what's in, style right now, and they only buy certain brands, right? So we'll go down there and the girls will take, my girls will take giant bags full of clothes and then make $100 off of them in selling, and then they'll turn, and I'll be like, okay, well, you have this much for me and this is how much you made. And then they'll turn around and then they'll just buy clothes, and they get like Lululemon, they get Nike, they get all these top brands, and they get it for like, and it's gently worn, and some of them still has brand new tags on it, but it's also taught them responsibility of money as well, because I'm not going to go out and buy. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to go buy $100 Nike sweatshirt. I'm not doing it.
Clearance.
Even clearance. I mean, if it's a good deal, I'll get it. But even clearance. I mean, I'll buy good shoes, things like that, But at the same time, I think that's why we are able to travel so much, is because we are little thrifters. So I mean, like last summer we drove to the Carolinas, and we drove 2 weeks. We were gone. We went to Georgia, stayed there. We went to North Carolina. We went to South Carolina. We went to the Smokies, and then we went to Nashville on the way back. And it was a whole 2-week trip across the country. And so we don't go out to eat a lot. We don't, buy a whole bunch of... I'm
having to with this remodel. You can't use our kitchen right now.
Yeah, we cook at home, and we're just, mindful.
No, I feel like the place that, like I said, thrift store with the wigs, and I mean, it was just like a giant garage sale almost. Like they have it's not just clothing.
I'm wondering which one it was.
Yeah, I'll tell you later, but I mean, it's just... I'm just like, you want to buy used wigs, used underwear, used...
You never know, it might work for like a Halloween costume. Not the underwear.
Used underwear? Yeah, buy you some used underwear for a Halloween costume. Yeah. Well, hey, it's on the outside at least. Well, we're back, we're alive. now you need some nightmare real estate to happen to you, so we're on an even playing field. I mean, you already had yours before me, so.
Well, I'm busy now, so I had a little bit of break. Kind of. No, I mean, I had a closing the day before. Actually, it happened the day that I was on the planes on the way to Hawaii. And then I'm in it now, so got some busyness.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It's nice being a listing agent, but also at the same time, I feel like with buyers, you do have a little more control though. With like, I think we talked about this in the last podcast, but just being able to control like who the lender is on a deal. I mean, we don't control it, but people that talk
with
to
buyers, it's still hard to control sometimes.
Well, because then as buyers, you don't really get to pick the title company as often because sellers are typically paying for it.
Whoever's paying for it pretty much gets to pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me a qualified buyer any day. Like how I said, qualified buyer any day.
Yeah, give me an unqualified buyer.
Yeah. Well, you have your buyer, and you have your qualified buyer that's already been pre-approved, or you just got them pre-approved, and it's like, bam, let's go.
I know.
And
let's start looking at houses before we even know our budget.
Yeah, I like listings. I do, but also, I like excitement, and I don't like to be bored, and I like to be busy. So I like the hunt that you get with buyers. I like the hunt that you get with buyers. You do. It's you get a hunt. You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had some past clients reach out this past week, so might be doing something there again.
That's nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, getting busy.
I haven't had a hunt in a while. It's been all listings.
Yeah, it's been all listings. You've been like the listing.
I know, it's like anytime a sign comes back home, it's like, gotta get another one listed. Gotta get back out there. I don't want any in the garage.
Yeah, I know. It's like you get one closed and you're like, and you have other things going on, but you're like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a high. Yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah, it's that time. Yeah, I gotta go to the store and get some more groceries. So
I'm gonna go eat. I
don't
know what. Well, then this happened. I washed my truck yesterday, and I was so upset because then it started doing this misting crap. It's like it's July. Where did this? And I looked at the
hurricane.
That's not from the hurricane. The mist.
rain that came up. Yeah, that's why we have a cooler weather. Yesterday it was like 3 degrees cooler.
Oh, this morning Friday.
It was yeah. This morning it was 79
that
degrees.
Mist, that little
that's
tiny
why we're
bit
having
of, the little tiny bit of mist. Yeah. So we might can go kayaking today.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we've been wanting to go kayaking, but it's been 127
okay,
degrees
when the hurricane
outside.
hits the coast, it's not the hurricane that comes all the way up there. It creates other storms like that because the changes. Yes,
we've tropical depressions come up here.
Yes, yeah.
And it's weird. Like we had one probably in 2023, I think it was. It was still a tropical depression, and it was all the way up here, but it was.
Sorry, construction.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so different just from regular rain because I mean it's like buckets. Yeah, it's heavy rain.
Downpour. Yeah.
And I remember just one day of just like flash flooding because it was just so heavy out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, yep, that's.
Yep.
I don't remember which one that was, but
it's 2023. You know that, so
yeah.
Good memory. Yeah. All right, guys. Yep, we're headed off. So see ya next time.
KK. She's been saying that today.
I say KK all the time. I text my kids KK all the time. You can still say KK.
Goodbye.